Buying a new construction home is a great option when looking to buy a new house. So here's everything that you need to know about building or buying a new construction home. By the way, my name is Melena. I'm a local realtor with eXp Realty, and I have sold a lot of new construction homes over the last 6 years. So if you have any questions about buying a house, let it be a resale or new construction, or relocating to Charlotte, don't hesitate to reach out. All my info is below. First, let's talk the advantages and disadvantages of building a new construction home. As far as advantages, as opposed to buying a resale, you'll have more of an opportunity to customize and design your home to your style and specific needs. New construction homes are also equipped with modern features and technology, and they're just built a lot more energy efficient than older homes. And not only will this reduce your carbon footprint, but it can also lead to lower utility bills, which I think everybody can appreciate. Another huge advantage coming from someone who owns an older home is that by buying a new construction home, you won't have to worry about costly repairs or immediate upkeep. And even if you do run into an unexpected issue, you'll likely be covered by your builder's warranty. New construction homes come with really good builder warranties, so the likelihood of you running into a major costly repair is going to be pretty slim. Now, let's get into the disadvantages of buying a new construction home. So new builds, especially when built by a reputable builder, will likely come with a higher price tag. Also, unless you are buying an inventory home, the build time can be anywhere from 6 months to as much as 2 years, depending on the type of home you build. So if your goal is to move into your new home quickly, absolutely keep this in mind. And I always advise my clients to buffer in an additional 30 days at minimum from your projected close date, because really anything can happen when you're building new construction. So you need to keep in mind that there are a lot of variables, and you'll be depending on a lot of people for a lot of different things. So I always tell my clients to go into the new construction process with an open mind, be very flexible, because things will likely not go exactly how you have planned. And in addition to construction delays, you also might run into material issues or mishaps. So even if you choose a certain type of cabinetry or stone in the beginning of the process, you may need to pivot if it's not readily available at the time of install or delivery. And on that note of flexibility, you also need to be okay with the fact that you will be living in a construction zone, especially if you are planning to build in a pre-planned community. You'll need to be okay with loud noises, dust, road closures. Now, of course, there is a way to circumvent this. Building on your own lot or buying a new construction home at the end phase of a new community will likely limit the inconvenience of all of the construction and noises. Now let's get into the different types of new construction homes that you can build. The most common type of new build is a production home, and you have without a doubt seen these types of houses. They are in pre-planned or tract communities. Sometimes they're even called tract homes, and they are almost always built by big regional national builders. So think Lennar, D.R. Horton, Pulte. And production homes have a lot of benefits, and they are a great option if you are looking for an affordable, convenient way to buy a new construction home. Plus, builders will also often offer package deals or closing cost incentives that will get you the door. The other big benefit is that they are completed in a shorter amount of time compared to their counterparts. If you choose to build a production home from the ground up, your time frame is anywhere from 6 to 12 months, depending on the builder. But you could choose to purchase a spec or inventory home. And these are homes that have already been built by the builder, or they're in the middle of the building process. And depending on how far along they are, you can move in immediately or within a couple of months. So if a short time frame is important to you, this is an excellent option. You still get the benefit of living in a new home, but you don't have to wait. And even though there are a lot of benefits to building a production home, there are disadvantages. The builder, of course, wants to make as much money as possible from the community. They are not building these homes for the goodness of their heart, unfortunately. So to capitalize on the land, they will build the homes on smaller lots, and the homes will often be clustered kind of close together. And production builders also will not be using high-cost, high-quality materials. Your home will almost certainly be built with very basic standard builder-grade features and fixtures. And even though you'll have more of an opportunity to customize your home as opposed to buying a resale, your customization is limited to what the builder is offering. So if you're building a new construction home and you want more creative control, then you'll likely want to build a semi or fully custom home. Semi-custom homes fall between production level and custom homes. You'll have more of an opportunity to make decisions on the layout, the design, and the fixtures in your home. And oftentimes production builders will have semi-custom home divisions, so you can build them in their communities or their sister communities. And a piece of land in their communities are typically larger and more premium as opposed to what you will find in a production level home development. They'll have a higher price tag than production homes, but they are more economical than fully custom, and they're also more readily available than fully custom homes. On to fully customs, and I constantly get asked by clients about building custom homes, and there are a lot of benefits here. It is a lot of people's dreams to build a fully custom home. You will have full creative control over the design and the layout of your house, and you'll have the opportunity to work with an architect and an interior designer to create a home that is exactly what you want. And a custom builder will also build with higher quality materials, which is a huge draw. Now, even though almost everyone wants to build a fully custom home at one point in their life, there are disadvantages. For one, you are looking at a much longer build time. Even if you already have a lot picked out, you'll be looking at a time frame from anywhere to a year to as long as 2 years. And it is time consuming. Even though you will be hiring professionals to build and design your home, you're in the driver's seat. So it takes a lot of time, a lot of planning and decision making on your end. Also, the cost to build will be a lot higher, and financing in general can be very difficult with fully custom homes. You'll need to have a decent amount of money in reserves, and only certain lenders will lend on fully custom homes because you will need to get what's called a construction loan. You'll also likely need to find a lot, and this leads me to the next thing that you need to know if you're thinking of buying a new construction home. Building in a pre-planned community is going to be the easiest, most convenient route, almost always. But of course, a lot of people aren't fans of pre-planned communities where you're so close to your neighbors and don't have a lot of land. Some people prefer to build on private, raw land. And very few production builders will build on raw land anymore. So if you do want to go this route, then you will likely need to build a semi or fully custom home. And this process is a lot different than if you were to build in a pre-planned community. Finding the land can be time consuming, and it's not just finding a piece of land that you like that's within your price point, it's finding a piece of land that is buildable, and this takes a lot of time. And although there will be some pre-construction planning that happens while you are under contract for the land, the actual build of the home will not start until you have closed on the land, and that can take up to a couple of months. And just a quick tip, if you're thinking of building on raw land and you are in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, and this might apply to a lot of different places, you need to find a piece of land that already has sewage and water. I sell a lot of new construction, and I can tell you from experience, as of right now, most counties are really backed up. It will take you months to get a septic permit, and you do not want to close on land without a permit. So now that we've covered the type of new construction homes you can build, let's talk about what the process looks like. Now, if you're building a production home or a semi-custom home, you and your realtor will tour new construction communities, you'll walk the amenities, the floor plans, and get an idea of what upgrades and finishes this specific builder is offering. Now, once you've chosen your floor plan and builder, you will go under contract. Shortly after this, you will then have an appointment at the Builder's Design Center. And this is the fun part. This is my favorite part. This is when you choose the type of cabinets, the floorings, the stone, all that good stuff that goes into building your house. Now, if you're building a fully custom home, the process, like I mentioned, is a lot different. The first step will be for you and your realtor to interview different builders and find one that fits what you need and will build the house to your liking. You'll likely be interviewing builders and finding land simultaneously. Finalizing the floor plan and design finishes should be completed by the time that you close on your land. And then once the land closes, it is time to build. Now, regardless of what type of home you build, production, semi, or fully custom, the construction process works pretty much the same once you're ready to build. And leave me a comment if you'd like me to send you a timeline of the new build construction process once you're in the building stage. And before we go, a couple of last tips that you'll need to know if you're building a new construction home. First and foremost, you absolutely need your own realtor. You need someone representing you that is on your side. The builder rep or sales rep that works at the model homes does not work for you. They work for the builder. They do not have your best interests at heart. And I cannot tell you how many times I've heard of buyers getting screwed by not having their own representation. So this is really important. And as of now, you really do not have to pay for buyer agency representation. It is free to you to have your own representation that is not affiliated to the builder. And I want to stress, it's not just that you need a realtor to guide and advocate for you through the building process. As realtors, we know which builders you want to stay away from. And I can tell you, at least here in Charlotte, North Carolina, there are some big name national builders that I refuse to work with. So make sure you choose a local realtor who has a strong understanding of the different builders and communities in your area. The other tip I have for you is to hire a third-party inspector. Don't listen to anybody else, just do it. Even though every new home is required to go through county and local inspections, it is not the same as having your own inspector who will do a thorough inspection on your behalf. And I actually advise my clients to have two inspections during the new construction process. You want to have a pre-drywall inspection, and this is the inspection that takes place before the drywall is up. So the inspector can ensure that all of the rough-in work, like your HVAC, your electric and plumbing, is installed correctly and to code. And there is a very big national builder who is notorious for installing plumbing incorrectly. And when those pipes end up leaking, which happens very shortly after closing, guess who's responsible for it? It's not the builder, it'll be you. You will be responsible for it. You also want to have one last inspection right before closing to ensure everything has been done correctly. So there you have it. That's everything that you need to know about building a new construction house. And if you have any more questions about new construction or resale or just need real estate advice, don't hesitate to reach out. Once again, I'm Elena with eXp Realty, and I look forward to connecting.